Hello guys, I am V Sai Srinivas of 9th class from Math 9. So today I will be explaining today's editorial. So let's get started. So today our editorial's name is An Allied Club. The G7 needs to be more open and less exclusive in an increasingly interlinked world. The G7 summit at Carbis Bay sent out two very strong messages. The first was driven by the United States' new President Joseph Biden and his vow that America is back to take the lead on global challenges. The G7 commitment to donate 1 billion coronavirus vaccines to poorer countries and to invest $12 trillion in their combined pandemic recovery plan depends on US commitments for a larger part. The special communique on open societies for the G7 outreach and the South Korea and South African are also an extension of his stated commitment to evening a democracy summit this year. Even the slogan for G7, Build Back Better, was a White House term to declare America's economy and jobs recovery plan. The second message was the consensus amongst the 7 member countries on countering China. The final G7 communique holds no less than 4 direct references to China, each negative, including criticizing Beijing for its rights record in Xinjiang and the democratic freedoms in Hong Kong, its non-market policies and practices, concerns over its actions in the China Seas, and a demand for a transparent investigation into the origins of the COVID-19 virus. Through the bonhomie among the G7 leaders was palpable. The differences and the contradictions in the grouping remain a challenge. Even 2 decades ago, questions were raised about whether the grouping earlier the G8 could claim its mantle as world's richest countries, when emerging countries like India and China are not included. On economic issues, the EU is more representative unit than the individual European G7 member countries. Finally, the premise of a group like G7 that of an exclusive club of the haves or the best versus the rest seems anachronistic in a world that is much more interlinked now than in 1975 when the grouping first came about. India, a special guest to the G7 and G8 since 2003, has also maintained its independent course, especially on political issues. It is significant that the G7 outreach communiques that included the guest countries and did not make the same references to China as the main document. The MEA officials clarified that the Chinese aggression was not raised at the outreaches, which focused on the pandemic, climate change and democratic freedoms. India voiced concern about some clauses in the joint communique on open societies which condemned rising authoritarianism, the net shutdown, manipulation of information and rights violations, areas where the Modi government has often been criticized itself, addressing the session of an open societies. Mr. Modi said that India is a natural ally to the G7. In the present, the government will be expected to walk the talk on its commitments on the G7 outreach, especially in the areas of information clampdown that India had the largest number of internet shutdowns in 2020. So guys, this whole editorial is regarding a summit of 7 countries called the G7 summit. So only the best countries take part in it. It have many policies which also include outreach programs for refugees in different countries and also helping them financially. So the G7 summit is giving out two major messages. One of them is only the best and the richest countries can take part in it, and excluding some countries is a bad thing. And also, one more message is that America is back into power. So, it was given by that government of Joe Biden, who is the new elected president of America. So, the United States is back in the game. So, it is starting to take leads on major global challenges. So one of the plan is to donate about 1 billion coronavirus vaccines to poor countries, and also invest about $12 trillion in a combined pandemic recovery plan where all the countries will be given money from it, and they will also be helped. The commitments of the US take a major part in this whole thing. Open societies is a new component in the G7 summit. South Korea and South Africa are also mentioned in the commitment of America. The slogan of G7 is Build Back Better. So it is regarding the White House term. So it is declaring that America's economy and jobs recovery are faster than compared to others. China was criticized in this G7 summit because of this whole pandemic have been caused, and they didn't even conduct a proper search for the real cause of the virus, and it is upsetting them, but it is not right to criticize it. So China and India are the emerging economies of this 21st century, but they were not included in this G7 summit because they were not rich enough, and it is a bad thing. But India have been included in these summits of G7 and G8 since 2003. Some references regarding this are bad, and so India raised its voice about some concerns and also some clauses regarding the open societies. So the largest number of internet shutdowns in 2020 are in India. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you.